Welcome to another episode of the Kane and Day Show. I'm your host, Kane. You can find me at Twitter at Killing Kane and YouTube at Killing Kane. I'm going to kick it over to my co-host. He'll introduce himself. We'll talk some NFL Week 2.
Yeah, my name's Day. You can find me on Twitter at Realdaygaming1 and follow the show on Twitter, the Kane and Day Show.
Do it. Submit a request to HR to post more.
True. True.
All right, so Week 2. Week 2 was fucking wild.
A lot of roller coaster games.
Absolutely wild. And where we're going to start off is what should have been a win for the Chargers. It did not because Justin Herbert got hurt.
He cracked his rib and his rib cartilage. That had to hurt.
By the way, is he playing this weekend? Do you know?
He's day to day as long as he's questionable. He's still questionable.
So I hope he plays.
Sunday.
I hope he plays for fantasy's sake.
Yeah, you and me both. He's gotten 23 points both weeks. Almost identical stats. Kinda.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty back and forth game. It looked like the Chargers had the lead early.
The Chargers were firing though. That defense was flying. Mahomes didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
It looked all Chargers first half. Mike Williams catching everything.
Yeah. And then he got hit hard. Got hurt.
About 5 minutes left.
Couldn't really throw the ball. It's a shame to see because it's one of the teams that we have high hopes for this year. But other than that, it was just a close game. Patrick Mahomes did Patrick Mahomes things as he always does. You can't deny greatness. He's pretty great at what he does. Justin Herbert's also great. And Mike Williams really came out and showed out that he could be a good wide receiver one.
Oh, in the first half.
Right.
He really didn't get targeted in the second half.
But he's really stepping up for Keenan being out. And now I need Eckler to also do well because I got him in a trade. So, bye-bye, Deshaun Watson. Hello, Austin Eckler.
Oops. Man, those Browns fans were ruthless.
Oh, they sure are. The next game, I needed the Patriots defense to get lit up, but it didn't happen. They came out. They showed out. They showed Mason Rudolph for what he really is.
Mitch
Trubisky, my bad. I mean, they all kind of look the same, so.
Captain. He's the captain, though.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I don't even know how that's possible.
I mean, let's be honest. If Dwayne Haskins were still alive, he would be QB1, most likely.
Most likely.
But I mean, Pittsburgh's sorry. I mean, they were trying to do what they did against the Bengals. Couldn't pull it off. I thought the game was going to go to overtime again. Wasn't great football. Giants went down in their home stadium. Came out.
I was watching that game, and my God, was it horrendous. It was
Sure it was.
They're both bad. Baker is horrible. I'm telling you, Baker is not good.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that now. So, sorry, I gotta get rid of this hat. It's too tight on my head. All right, we're here.
Oh God.
Sorry, you guys can see after work hair. But yeah, the Panthers
frozen.
just, huh?
You said you're frozen.
I'm not though. Not on my side.
I can only also hear half the words you're saying.
Oh. Should we restart then?
I mean, if it's good on your end, that's fine.
We're
I'll
good.
Piece together words.
Yeah, we're good. So the one thing that I have with the Panthers, I thought that everything would be fixed because you're getting a healthy CMC. You have Robbie Anderson, and you have DJ Moore. And Baker, who's a competent quarterback who, can lead a team to half wins. But CMC looks like he can't get moving. DJ Moore can't catch a ball. Robbie Anderson's not doing great. And Baker just can't That offensive line must be horrible too. They just can't hold
But
anybody,
it's
and they don't. I keep saying you can't win games if your quarterback can't be upright. 3-and-outs really tire a defense out really fast. I mean, I've seen that time and time again with the Seahawks. They always go 3-and-out. Defense is right back at it. Not even 2 minutes later. So, not really great.
It was bad football. Just
the first
field
two
goal after
the
field
first
goal.
2 games that started were abysmal. But then you go to the Jets.
Jets, Jets.
At the dog pound.
Well, to be fair, it's the same scenario that happened last year with the Falcons and the Lions, where the Lions had just no business winning the game, and Todd Gurley scored. They let him score. Nick Chubb scored. They let him score, and went down the field. Now they did need an onside kick.
They did
Which
win
they
it.
got.
Yes, they did get it.
Or did they get
Huge.
a stop?
No, they got the onside. I saw the
Yeah, 'cause
video.
he kicked it stupid. It was, I noticed this 3 or 4 times on Sunday,
Uh-huh.
where it's a new technique for an onside kick. 2 kickers actually didn't even use a tee; they just placed the ball on the ground. But the Jets kicker used a tee, but in the same fashion where the shield of the football was actually placed on the tee. The football was horizontal. And that's how they were getting the side spin instead of trying to go for that kangaroo hop.
And it could, if it's allowed and it works,
Yeah,
fucking do it.
I mean, the ball's on the line. No one said you have to use a tee.
I don't know about
Yeah,
you.
go back and look. It's weird.
As a fan, I love, like, in close games like that, right? I love seeing onside kicks.
Well, yeah, normally they're not recovered. There was a couple that were close.
Right. But
I think the Chargers game, it was just sitting there.
The fact that the Jets were down so much at one point and stormed back with ancient fossil Joe Flacco behind the center.
Love that.
He came back and
great.
Oh my God, yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute. Isn't Garrett Wilson a rookie?
Yeah, from Ohio.
That was his
Ohio State.
I'm here game. Dude, I literally, every time I saw the Jets scored, Garrett Wilson, open field. All it is.
For 102, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
14 targets. Led the team.
That's crazy. I mean, he's a stud. And he's a big reason about why they won that game.
Yeah, I mean, well, Flacco has so much experience.
Yeah.
Just so much.
Yeah.
So
Super Bowl winner.
Yeah, he's a Super Bowl champion. He, just he might be old.
He dialed in.
Backup.
He dialed in the second half.
Oh, he did. He played like Baltimore prime Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
And led that sad Jets team to a win in Cleveland.
And the crazy thing is, like, you look at that Jets offense, and they have so many weapons.
Well, when you're the first 5 picks 7 years in a row, it feels like.
Right. But they have so many weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Their running back room, stacked. Their receivers, stacked. It's crazy. And if Zach Wilson can figure it out, that team can be good. Hey, I said if
He's not.
he doesn't have to be good, he just has to
Garbage.
be average.
He's just as bad as Baker.
I he pulls Cougars though. Or
It's fitting
no.
for the school he went to. So
He pulls MILFs. Sorry, not Cougars, MILFs. Let's go to the next game with this sorry ass organization that thought Matt Ryan could fix them.
the Colts are so bad.
Can we start a petition to send the Colts to the CFL?
Oh, ouchie.
Like,
No, send him to USAF.
This is two big games against the fucking Jags. Back-to-back games against them that they choked. I don't know what it is. They can't beat Jacksonville. They just can't.
No,
They're gonna
no, no,
lose
no.
later in the year.
So they played Houston week 1. Third pick, right?
Yeah.
Third pick in the draft. They tied.
Right.
Now you go against the team that had the number 1 pick. You should start 2-0 at plus 40
I agree.
point differential.
I agree.
Easy first place.
I mean,
But
Jacksonville
you
came
find
in.
yourself 0-1-1.
Jacksonville came
Wow.
in and decided that they wanted to play. Trevor Lawrence showed the arm a little bit.
Didn't know.
But the Colts couldn't get a thing started. They lost 24-0. That's
They couldn't even score.
like, I think it's worse to get shut out in football than it is to get shut out in baseball.
Well, baseball, there's also 162 games, so there's a lot more opportunity to get shut out.
Right. But, geez, that's just so bad. So
I think
bad.
it's worse to get shut out in the NFL than college. That's a better comparison.
And bold take, James Robinson should start over Travis Etienne.
No, we shouldn't.
Yes, he should.
For my fantasy purposes, no, we shouldn't.
But not looking at fantasy wise as a clean slate. James Robinson
he should.
should be running back 1. He has been great since he's came into the league. Mind you, he was what, an undrafted guy? I'm pretty sure he was undrafted, and he put up 1,000 yards in his rookie year. And then Urban Meyer, when he's not kicking kickers, decided to kick James Robinson to the bench and play other people over him, even though Etienne was hurt last year.
Well, see, I think they very easily could split time, where it's like James Robinson is running.
So let's put it in this perspective. Let's go prime Kamara and prime Ingram, where they were 50-50.
Yeah, you run with Ingram and you throw it to Kamara.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I think they should do, because I think Etienne's a better receiving back.
Do it.
And he's quicker.
Yeah.
But Robinson
Bless you.
just died.
Bless you.
Robinson is gonna truck through people.
Right.
They could use that.
The crazy thing is Robinson is fast too.
Well, yeah, he's still quick.
Like that
But
dude.
Etienne's faster.
True, but he broke it open with that touchdown. I saw that run, and it's like he just ran through, like the waves parted for him, and they just like gave up. And I'm just like, this Indianapolis Colts team is sorry, and they have so many good defensive players. So many good defensive players.
How many times did they hit Lawrence?
God, probably not many.
Let's see. I mean, it doesn't help when Matt Ryan throws 3 interceptions. Your defense is on the field constantly.
Right. I mean, yeah, constantly. Shit, you fucking got shut out, man.
I can't find it.
But
I mean, let's see. Sacks. They had 5 sacks.
I mean, didn't stop them. Didn't help them.
I mean, it's hard to win a football game when you have 9 first downs.
Right.
And Jonathan Taylor had 50 yards.
Yeah,
on 9 carries.
That's not good. It's not good. And then your wide receiver 1 and Michael Pittman
we'll get to it later, but when you're a running football team like the Colts are, and a certain other team that played last night, and you count on the running game, getting all your points and all your yards with Jonathan Taylor, right?
Are you referring to the guy
on my fantasy team? Yeah, but we'll get to him later.
Dalvin Cook?
No, I'm referring to
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Okay.
But the Titan, like I said, we'll get to that when we get to that game.
Right.
Jonathan Taylor and the Colts, that was their lifeline. When Carson Wentz had to win them a game last year, they lost because Carson couldn't do it.
Exactly.
And when they get down 17-0 at halftime, you're not running the football.
Right.
So the best running back in the league, in my opinion, had 9 carries yesterday or Sunday.
Yeah,
that can't happen.
When we get to the third game on deck, I'm proposing something. It's something my brother has proposed. So, shout out to Coach Red.
Oh yeah, Matt Ryan is 6.2
Yeah.
QBR.
Not good.
6.2. I've never seen one that low.
Not good.
I'm sure I have. I just
You
didn't
went and got a old school pocket passer. Like,
I mean, he fits the system somewhat.
right. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about this next game, where two wide receivers almost had 200 yards apiece.
Oh,
So
you're talking about the bloodbath.
the Dolphins and the Ravens. The Ravens.
Man, that game hurt my heart.
The Ravens should have won that game. I saw so many people tweeting and talking about pay Lamar Jackson. Da da da. Lamar was letting it fly.
It was 38-7 in the third
Dude,
quarter.
he was letting that ball fly all day long. I was shocked. He wasn't a running back on Sunday. He was a quarterback.
He had an 80-yard touchdown run.
I understand that, but he was slinging the
He had
ball.
120 on the ground. That's an extra 40 on the ground.
How many passing yards do you have?
318.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's quarterback. That's quarterback stuff.
440. He had 440 all-purpose.
But then Tua came in
He almost hit 500.
He almost had 500 yards. Are we doubting Tua still?
Yeah, I am.
Like,
Yeah, I am.
I think
100% am.
I think Tua needs to get better footwork, and he'll be fine.
He did well
He did well.
because his receivers were so wide open.
Yeah.
I think Blake Bortles could have made those throws.
Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, you throw two of the fastest dudes on a team. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
I
That
love
go-ahead touchdown was stupid. It was a guy on man coverage.
on Tyreek, right?
There was no safety over the top. There was
hit
one
him,
actually.
and he hit him
but
with the he hit him
he
with
went to
the
the bottom
peace
of the
sign.
screen. Well, if I would too.
Yeah.
If I have nobody within 15 yards of me, I don't know what they were doing.
The fact
That was pitiful.
that they scored, what is it, 37?
28, 35.
35 points from
Or
the
38. Sorry.
38 from the
It
third
was 35.
quarter.
Dumb. I can't add. It
Like,
was 35.
okay, 35. The fact that they put up that many points and shut them out in the third, in the fucking
I mean, they got a
fourth?
sad field goal in the fourth quarter. That was it. It was 28-3 was the fourth quarter score.
That's so crazy. And they came back.
Yeah,
they
tied.
stormed back and won. Mike Gesicki looked good. I think Mike
He's just
Gesicki's
good,
a good tight end. I think he's
always
good.
been. He did well for me last year.
And then you have Jalen Waddle. Love his fucking celebration so
I like
much.
that better than Justin Jefferson's. I think that one's stupid. But that's just my opinion. That
Yeah.
Waddle's hysterical.
Oh, it's great. And it plays well. You want people
Well,
to buy
of
your
course.
jersey? That's the shit you do. That is the shit you do.
Wow. It has to be top 3.
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal. And then you have probably top 5 receiver. Top 5, hands down. I just feel like nobody talks about Tyreek until he's playing. But Tyreek is, for his size, to go, like, he jumps above defenders and catches balls. It's crazy.
That is what cheetahs do, and that is his Twitter handle.
He is so good. I just think he's so underrated. So
I
underrated.
think pairing him with Waddle is just nuts. And then Gesicki, is a good receiving tight
Yes.
end.
Yes.
So
I agree.
You just all Tua has to do is locate the football, which I don't think he can do. Again,
Yeah, I just think he
when
needs
it really
Oh.
counts and they're not wide open, and he faces a secondary and a defense that's playing well, because Baltimore did not play well in that second half
No.
at all. There's
like when they
no
go
way.
play, like when they go play the Bills or they go play
Yeah.
the
They played Baltimore twice this
Patriots.
year. Well, they beat the Patriots last week.
Yeah. And Patriots still have a pretty decent defense.
But I mean, when you're letting two guys get 11 catches for, like you said, almost 200, Tyreek had 190, Jalen had 170.
Yeah.
Like when you're allowing that, anybody can be the quarterback,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
No, I totally agree. I
Because they were so wide
totally
open.
agree.
They were so wide open.
I mean, it
Like,
is
if you're in the NFL, even a backup quarterback can make that throw. Cooper Rush could have made that throw.
right.
Those throws.
Now we're gonna talk about that in a
Well,
in a
yeah.
minute. Oh,
But
I'm
I'm just saying,
so
backup
triggered.
quarterbacks could have made that throw because
Of
they're
course,
professional athletes.
of course, I agree. But hey, golf clap for the fucking Dolphins.
Yeah.
Golf clap. I
They
mean,
can score.
it's so hard, and plus, you look at their running back chart. It's deep.
Mostert.
It's deep
Yep. Mostert came over.
because Miles Gaskin was a healthy scratch apparently, and he's been your running back the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So why isn't he? Why is he a healthy scratch? He's good. He's good. He was
They
good
don't
in
need him.
college.
They didn't need him.
But so the next game, I'm just gonna say it now. Like Tom Brady, you should have stayed retired.
That I was on a FaceTime call with a buddy, and we were just kind of like he was watching the extra game. I had Red Zone on. That game was pitiful. It was 3-3 at halftime.
Yeah,
And it was the same
Jameis
shit-
Winston is so bad.
Wow.
I'm like
Yeah, the
he's
lace. Oh god, those picks are bad.
he's so bad. You have
Yeah.
one of the best wide receivers on your fucking team, and he's healthy.
Yep. Finally.
Like
After 2
Michael
years.
Michael Thomas, it doesn't matter how much time he's missed. He's so good.
Yeah.
The dude doesn't drop the ball.
He'll
just-
take a massive hit too. Well, he's also huge. He's like I think what 6'4".
He's giant. He's so fucking good. I just like any quarterback should just feed him the ball. And then you have I think Galloway is his name.
Callaway,
Yeah.
like the golf brand Callaway.
Oh, yeah. Callaway? Yeah. He's decent too. Like just put Taysom in. Fuck. Jameis can't win you a fucking football game. And Tom Brady's not any better. He's not. Like, he should have stayed retired.
So, how do I want to word this? I'm very scared for this Buccaneers offense.
Yeah. Tom Brady looks bad.
So I almost said Seahawks. Wow, Saints. They're not as good as the Cowboys, in my opinion.
Okay.
Right. But I saw the same shit happen this week that I saw on Sunday Night Football, where it's just they can move the ball to the red zone, but they can't convert those into 6. They are settling for field goals, or they're just outside of the red zone where they're punting.
It sounds like the Broncos is what you're.
No, the Broncos are bad, and we'll get there.
Yeah.
But it just sucks with Chris Godwin being out because he got hurt. He just came back. He hurt his hamstring.
Is he on the
mid-game.
IR too?
I don't know if they put him on the IR, but Mike Evans, they're doubling him. He's still getting his catches.
I mean,
I saw a lot of drops too.
they picked up Russell Gage, who had a good year in Atlanta last year. So that, do you think that would fucking kind of play into things? Humphreys, who's been kind of like, here's the thing that the Bucs might get better, and I'll get to that in just a second. But Humphreys is like the guy I'm going to talk about, a Cole Beasley type of guy.
Yeah.
So Tom is now getting reunited with Cole Beasley.
He actually just got signed.
He did. He's
Yeah.
and they're gonna activate him to the roster.
I hope so.
That was the report I saw earlier. And guess
I
what?
wouldn't be shocked.
Cole Beasley's going to go right in that slot, and Tom Brady's going to throw the shit, like throw him
Yeah.
75% of the passes, except for red zone when he's getting covered because they think he's going to go to the slot and he's going to throw to fucking Mike Evans. That's just how it's going to be. I'm blending that out. Or Leonard Fournette's going to fucking power it in. Something like Cole Beasley is going to change that team for the better. I still think Tom Brady should have just stayed done. He should have. Like,
No.
here's one thing.
They have a decent team. Their
He
O-line,
just
I
he's
think, is a
not
little
he's not
banged up,
looking good. That's the big thing. He's just not. It looks like there was a drop off in his game from last year, almost throwing 5,000 yards.
I mean, the one
this
positive
year.
is he still has the zip on the ball. There's still zip there.
It also hurts
That's
that
positive.
Gronk didn't
It's
come
workable.
back. It
Yeah, it does
also
hurt
hurt
too.
because, I mean, but I understand Gronk. He's been hit so many times, and he's making a lot of money doing other stuff, and he's not beating himself up. I know he wants to settle down and have kids with his girlfriend or girlfriend
Just partner. So you don't
partner.
get the terminology wrong.
Right. So,
It's just the easiest way to say it.
the one thing that my gripe is with Tom, it's man, like Giselle is so pissed. Giselle is fucking furious, man. I've seen reports that they're living in separate houses because he decided to come back, and she's out here saying to the world, like, I told him he doesn't have anything else left to prove, and he still went out there anyway. I'm not very happy.
I just don't believe. You don't know what's going on behind those doors. Reporters will make shit up just to get the headline. You know that.
Yeah, but
That's why I don't believe it. I'm not in that camp.
I just like Tom Brady like went from one of the most hated players ever. I mean, because nobody liked him when he was on the Patriots, and I think that was Bill. I think that's more of a Bill thing because ever since he got to
winning.
Well, but it's like
that's what it is.
Now that Tom's in Tampa, you see this fun side of Tom, and like something that wasn't there when he was on the Patriots. I mean, it could have been not on camera as much because you're on the Patriots. Bill Belichick's one of the most serious guys. Drafts from his fucking kitchen every year, like, But my thing is too, like Tom, you've proven to the world that you're great. You are the GOAT. You went to a losing team and won them a Super Bowl. Like, there does not need, like, you did not need to come back. I guarantee it's because it's his last year on his contract.
That's
why I'm sure it is. And now you're having to sit there and just not be the Tom Brady we all kind of know and love, right? I mean, I can't have any hate towards Tom Brady because he left the Patriots and there was that big discussion of, is it Bill or is it Tom? And then Tom went and won. And it just blew my mind. It blew my mind because it's something that I didn't ever see. Tom was already fucking 40 years old.
Yeah.
And he won a Super Bowl. And he did it in Tom Brady fashion where he slung the ball all across the field.
So the big thing I think right now that's hurting Tom to make him not look as good, he's been sacked 10 times already.
And those
are sacks.
He is a dude that doesn't get sacked.
Exactly. So I think that's not helping the cause.
His O-line is just falling apart,
I don't know how many times he's been hit. I don't know how many times he's been hurried to throw the ball. But sacks, he's at 10.
And he's usually...
And they're hard.
And
he's been hit hard.
Every year you see Tom Brady at the bottom of the list because he doesn't get sacked. He gets the ball off. He's been that good his entire career. And
I wonder if this is...
And that's why, like, when people celebrate when they sack Tom Brady, it's because it doesn't fucking happen.
And I wonder if this is just growing pains with Brian. Right? Brian's the coach? No.
It's Lovey.
It's not Lovey.
Oh, it's the other. It's Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles, thank you. Brian's still the OC.
It could be because Bruce isn't there.
Well, he is, but not on the field.
He was on the field.
He was on the field during the game, but week 1 he was up in the box.
So
he's a special advisor.
Yeah. So Bruce Arians is one hell of a coach.
Well, of course.
I feel like he
took
is
that Cardinals team to the Super Bowl.
He really motivates a team.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Dan Campbell does. And from his time in Arizona, he loved that team. He loved that team. And he loved that Tampa team, but I think health-wise, it's better for him to be a consultant, which is
Carrying
terrible
that
because
Achilles last year.
yeah, and
He was
so
still on the sideline.
yeah, and so here's another thing. Like, I think if Arians was coaching, I think they'd be in a better spot. You're leaving Todd Bowles in your defensive coordinator position because now you have a defensive-minded coach coaching a offensive powerhouse.
They're not bad on defense, though. I mean, they only gave up
no.
3 points, right?
They got 10. They gave up 10.
Gave up 10. I missed a garbage time touchdown then.
Yeah.
All I know is that fight, I was messing with some friends. They should just fist fight every game. Because that sparked. It was still 3-3 at that point when Mike Evans was ejected.
I know that hurt me.
And then they scored 17 within. I blinked.
It really hurt me. I got 10 points out of him, and that's it.
Tough scene.
It was very tough because I was expecting Mike Evans to pop off. Because he usually puts Lattimore in his place.
Oh, he did.
Oh, I know he did.
For it and suspended. He's out next week.
I know it hurts. It sucks.
A soft suspension,
but don't worry, I've got backups. We're good. Next team, I want to change their name to the Detroit Dannies.
Losers.
No,
the Detroit Losers. It will always be the Detroit Losers.
The Detroit Dannies, because Dan Campbell, in my personal opinion, is the greatest coach I've ever seen. Like, this dude has so much love for the game and his players. Like, after the game, he called out, gave a special game ball. I sent it to Ben here because I was like, this is so wholesome.
It was on Barstool, too.
And so pure. This dude called out a 30-something-year-old rookie and was like, you had one hell of a game.
It was his first career start, and he had floated around, I think, 5 different practice squads, but never actually was on a roster, and he got the start on Sunday.
Yeah, and apparently he did well.
Didn't do bad, yeah.
And so,
I mean, when you're up 22-0 to start the game, and you defense had a safety, like, yeah.
This guy was tearing up, and then Hayden fucking Hutchinson, man.
3 sacks in the first half. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I said before, like with the Lions and pressure. Look at that first half. It was 22-0, right? Aiden had 3 sacks.
Yeah.
You had pressure on Carson. He had no time to throw the ball. That's why they had 0 points.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. I don't care what secondary. Pick an all-time great secondary. They would still lose 90% of their games with that defensive front that was out there last year. Because they're not going to cover. Dion can't cover for 14 seconds. You saw that in a different game later down the line too, where a toddler ran around for 24 seconds and got a 2-point conversion. He ran 80. It don't matter.
Yeah.
They got pressure on Carson.
Toddler.
They got
that's
pressure
so
on.
Fucking funny. Sorry.
I'm taller than him. Okay.
I know.
I'm 5'9". I'm taller than him.
I'm taller than him too.
But they got pressure on him.
Right.
And he couldn't do anything. Now it did get scary. That back half of that fourth quarter got scary for the Lions. I thought the Lions fashion gonna blow it, but they didn't.
But
Goff led that team down and scored just a knockout blow.
Jared Goff is not bad.
Well,
he's
debatable,
not great. He's just not bad.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
is a superstar.
Is great.
He's a superstar.
I am so scared for a secondary when Jameson Williams starts playing. So scared.
Oh, that's right. They do have him. Ew.
Yeah, he hasn't played yet.
Ew. When's he come back? I'm going to look at the fantasy waivers.
I think he tore his ACL in the SEC championship game.
Oh, so he won't be back for a while.
I believe so.
Okay. But
it was either the SEC championship or national championship. It was against Georgia.
Some of these, like, I don't understand, like you said, how Detroit just had a sold out game.
They were favored for the first time in 24 games on Sunday.
Like,
it was loud.
Dan Campbell's performing some voodoo magic.
I think Hard Knocks really sold it, if I'm being honest. because this city is just buzzing Lions football. It's a weird level I haven't seen in a while.
I mean, I like it. I like it. You get get a quarterback probably next year. Get Jared Goff out. You know, that's fine. A nice little. It could be a transition depending on how much Goff has left, but you get that quarterback kind of like a star who's ready to play. But if you can develop him more, it's better to do that. They could have that
Number
like
9 and Crimson looks pretty solid.
yeah. So they could go do something like that. And
Bryce Young.
oh
Just
yeah, but I'm just saying if they get a quarterback next year and then have a grace period of hey, we're gonna wait one more year just to develop you more, and say Goff goes out and this kid comes in and plays, it pops off, gets him a good spot. I think they're gonna be looking good for the future because St.
Swift
Brown,
looks fantastic too.
yeah, you have St. Brown, you have Hawkinson. You're gonna
He needs to be more consistent catching the football though.
Yeah.
That's his problem.
and then you have what'd you say his name is? Williamson?
Williams.
Williams?
James Williams.
And again, like you said, they also have a good running back duo in DeAndre Swift and it's Jamal Williams, right?
Jamal Williams, yeah.
Jamal Williams is a stud. He was a stud on the Packers. So
Yeah, it's Williams.
so that running back room, fantastic. Wide receiver room, fantastic. Tight end, if he can get better, fantastic. And plus, you have a good
Where he was
defense.
last couple of years.
And-
Yeah, with Akuda's still healthy,
Yeah. So
and
you
he
can
was
look
a
at that.
third overall pick too, a couple of years ago.
Then yeah. So the next game here, I just want to get through this one quick. Seahawks are shitty.
Well,
Couldn't do anything.
They had a chance when Trey was still in it. Now, I hope Trey the best. I really do.
He's not an NFL
really-
quarterback.
I really do wish Trey the best. I don't like seeing people get hurt, even though I didn't think he deserved to even be the quarterback. But
Yeah, I didn't either.
when they put Jimmy G back in, a quarterback who's led the Niners to a Super Bowl,
And they decided to start
and
a
they
dude
started
who
scoring.
played 11 games in college.
Jimmy G, they're lucky. You know what's funny? Right before Trey got hurt, I was literally talking to my buddy who's a Cowboys fan. I said, why don't they just go out and get Jimmy G? They have draft picks to give up. They need somebody for 2 months. That's half the season.
And that's somebody who's actually going to stay on your
I
team.
would trust Jimmy G over a Cooper Rush to start.
I mean, you send
Shout out
Jimmy.
to Central Michigan.
I mean, you send Jimmy G to a Cowboys team with CeeDee Lamb and
Yeah.
Michael Gallup and
He'll make it work.
and Dalton Schultz and Zeke and Pollard in the backfield. Ooh, that's gross.
Well, it's like, obviously I love Cooper Rush because he went to Central, and I lived really close there for like 4 years. But he's not it.
Right.
He's a backup.
So
but he's not a starter.
here's
I
my
think he's
here's
just
my hot
better, yeah.
here's my hot take. 49ers are going to the Super Bowl now.
No,
Oh yeah.
no.
Yeah. I'm so certain about that because they have such a fantastic team on paper. They really, really, really do. Like if you look at their defense with Nick Bosa, Armstead, all these guys, so fantastic.
They're a good team. I just don't think they can make.
I mean,
it all
Fred Warner, all these guys, dude. Like their defense, fantastic. Their offense is fantastic. They have a 3 running back depth chart that is just stacked with studs.
Yeah.
And then you have Debo. Once George Kittle's like, "Get me back on the field." Jimmy's throwing to me.
Yeah,
Like-
it's crazy.
I just
Jimmy obviously restructured his deal.
yeah,
I believe he made $750,000 on Sunday in
Sure did.
bonuses,
he sure did.
and he's
'Cause-
going to do that every week as long as he's not hurt.
This is why I'm saying that they are going to the Super Bowl. Because they
That's
threw
crazy.
an actual quarterback in.
Yeah.
Like Trey Lance, like I was talking, my cousin, huge Niners fan, fucking touting about Trey Lance is my starter. Fuck Jimmy G. Fuck Jimmy G. He's bad. He's not good. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, man, wish you had Jimmy G week 1, didn't you? And I was like, I knew as soon as Jimmy Garoppolo came into the game, that's when I turned it off because I was like,
it was over.
it's a blowout.
They're
gonna get the shit kicked out of them.
And they did.
Like, you have an offense with Debo, Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk. It's disgusting. Yeah. This should be the number one defense, number one offense rated team. It's going to be gross to see the Niners just destroy people all year long now.
Now, the real question is going to be when Trey is back next year, what do you do?
Depends on how well Jimmy and how far Jimmy takes you.
Well, he restructured to a 1-year deal, didn't he?
I believe so, but here's the big thing.
You go out and re-sign him? You're not going to re-sign him. He's going to walk. Here's
the big thing. If he takes them to the Super Bowl and wins,
Trey can't play.
That's a 5-year deal, max contract.
Trey can't play.
No.
It's that simple. Trey can't play.
No. And
you wasted a high draft pick on him.
He shouldn't have been taken to begin with.
That's true.
He shouldn't. He played 11 games in college.
I don't even care about the 11 games.
I don't even.
North Dakota State.
Exactly.
I have no respect for them.
It's exactly like Carson Wentz. Mm-hmm. And that's what I compare it to. He went to a no-name school and was a top 5 fucking pick in the draft. Crazy when you had other quarterbacks in that class that were better.
I have so much more faith in Bryce Young next year, starting week 1 for the Houston Texans, that I do Trey Lance with that Niners team to get more wins.
Because they don't want to throw the ball with him. They just want to fucking run Debo and run Trey Lance. That's all they want to do.
Yeah,
it's RG3 all over again. You're going to fucking ruin his career.
It's crazy. It's just like runs in the family.
God, it's so stupid. So stupid. Like, as soon as Jimmy G run in, I was like, there goes the rest of the league. Because Jimmy G is great.
He led that team into Green Bay last year and beat them.
Yeah.
And beat Dallas at home.
And you started a
second year.
Yeah. You started a non-established quarterback over a dude who almost got you to the Super Bowl. He would have if if Cooper Kupp didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, if Cooper Kupp, if their defense fucking, like, actually backed themselves up like they normally do, it's the Niners in the fucking Super Bowl.
I also think this is also, I guess, an irrelevant point, but I think if they didn't play each other last week of the regular season, I think the Niners might have had a better chance.
Yeah. Because
the Rams did blow a 17-point halftime lead.
Right. But it's just like, fuck, man.
It's hearsay that was last year, but
you've had a quarterback now lead you to the Super Bowl, lead you to the playoffs every year he's been your quarterback, and led you to the NFC Championship. And you were like, hey, we're going to start this guy over here. This is our guy. All right, Jimmy, we're going to trade you. Restructures his deal for a year.
He's going to get paid.
Oh, he is going to dominate the rest of the league.
I mean, 60% of that's going right to the state of California, but you know what?
Niners,
he's going to get paid a lot.
Niners, Bills, make it happen. I'm here for it. I am now a Bills bandwagon fan, so...
You should be.
I am. I love Josh Allen.
God, I got hurt on that one.
But yeah, the Seahawks, we didn't really talk about them. They suck. Tyler Lockett had 100 yards.
That's about it.
Only notable thing, Rashad Penny, 9 yards. Kenneth Walker, don't know how many he got.
Doesn't matter. I told you he's not good. He was a one-hit wonder.
Hey,
transferred from Wake Forest.
Rashad Penny had 9 yards.
I knew Kenneth wouldn't be good.
And we'll see the rest of the year, but I just do not care about the Seahawks team. They are so bad. Throw Drew Lock out there. I don't care. At least he's going to throw the ball in like fucking Geno. He threw 3 fucking picks. He had a Geno Smith game. Like,
I think week 1 was really just...
fluke.
Mismanaged so bad by Denver which we'll get. I have some funny things about them.
Oh God, they're so bad.
They, I think it was just so mismanaged that they it made Seattle look and give fans a lot more hope
Yeah.
than what the realistic possibility
Oh,
was for that team.
I am that fan. All right, fuck
Okay.
off.
Yeah.
I felt some kind of way when they beat Denver, but I was
Oh.
quickly put back in my place when they were held under 50 yards by
Yeah.
by halftime. So
It's tough. There's
they
another
didn't get
team
shut
that was
out.
under that too.
That's the only thing that matters. Next team, the Rams are bad. They're bad. They're bad. They're bad.
They're rough.
They're bad.
I don't know what they're doing wrong.
Jalen.
Well, I do.
Jalen,
Well,
old,
so
lost his touch. He doesn't play with a chip on his shoulder because he's got a ring.
so this is classic Sean McVay. He had Cam Akers and Henderson just 50-50.
Smart.
But that was the first quarter and a half. It's like Todd Gurley all over again. They went away from it. They were in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, they still won, but
But
they almost blew a 28-3 lead in the third quarter.
and let me tell you,
Marcus Mariota,
Drake London is that
Fantastic.
guy.
he's really good.
Is that
He
guy
is really good.
on my fantasy team? I'm starting him this week against Seattle. Do it. Do
That's
it.
smart.
Do it. Run all over the place. Get me like 40 points. I'll love
I
you
don't think
forever.
Mariota looked that bad either.
And Drake London, you'll be my keeper. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, this Falcon team's really looking scary. Everybody just stop riding Kyle Pitt's dick.
Well-
They have a good receiving core outside of him. They need Cordell Patterson. If that dude can get going like he did last year, this Atlanta team is scary. It's way better looking with Mariota behind
It
the
is.
center.
It is, and I'm happy to see him be able to throw. How many times did he throw?
I'm legit seeing people say like
26.
stop counting Mariota out.
I just have always wanted him to have a chance because in Tennessee he never had a line. He was getting killed.
Yeah.
He actually did. I mean, that's why he got hurt as much as he did because he was getting
Yeah.
killed back there. And then he goes to, like I said, Las Vegas, and they're just running him on 4th and goal.
Yeah.
He never
mean-
threw the ball.
No.
So
But now
for
that he gets a
Atlanta to
chance.
give him a chance with a somewhat competent line.
It's a good transition into Desmond Ridder. It is.
no.
Yeah, it is.
Desmond's just as bad as Trey.
Hey, I'm just saying, give him a
This
couple
quarterback
years.
class was so weak.
It was not good. I mean,
Kenny Pickett is not good. or Pickett.
you've seen all the quarterbacks play except like, all the bigger name quarterbacks take snaps. Pickett hasn't.
He's not going to.
No.
He's QB3 right now.
Yeah, and that's sad.
They took him 17th.
Yeah. It blew my mind. At least like I would have thought Malik Willis would have went first.
I don't know what happened for him to drop as far as he did.
I don't
but-
know, but he got welcomed to the NFL last night.
Well, yeah, I don't like him either. He's
Oh.
like a Liberty.
Milano lit his ass up. We'll get to
Good.
that. We will get to that. But I think this Falcon team is going to be fine. Atlanta has some hope.
I think they might snag a wild card spot.
They could.
They
They
might.
could. And Mariota will lead the way. He really will.
My problem is they were down 6 with the ball after Cooper fumbled on 3rd and 3, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That Atlanta even had a chance to win that football
Shout
game.
out to my boy Cooper though.
Wow.
I don't personally know him, but he went to the school that's like right down the road from me. So
And it's like the fact that they had a chance, 2 minutes, 1 timeout, I think. It was 1 timeout.
I was more invested in my fantasy team than I was
Yeah.
actual football.
I think it
on
was 1
Sunday.
timeout left, and inside the 50
Mm,
with a chance to win the game. I think he forced that throw that Jalen picked off,
mm.
but I mean, they had a chance to win that football game. They did.
Like
That's scary.
I feel like the only person on that team that cares about anything is Aaron Donald. I feel like Jalen Ramsey, like the way he got lit up against who'd they play? That he had,
Buffalo.
yeah, for to let a perfect passer rating to
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs or against you, like it's crazy. Granted, Josh Allen is by far just better than everybody else. Um, that defense does not look as good as it needs to be. They have Bobby
No,
Wagner, Aaron Donald, and Jalen Ramsey, Taylor Rapp. They have a bunch of dudes on that defense that are
they're
good.
missing one guy.
Yeah,
Number
Von Miller.
50. Number 50 in blue, red, white, and blue. I think he's number 50. It
He's
is Von Miller. He's got a triangle
he's
haircut in the back of his head.
he's number 40, I believe, this year.
Is he?
I believe so. But
It's
that
Von Miller. It's the
that
answer.
that defense does not look good. They are just letting people score on them, and it's not good. They should have one of the better defenses in the league. They should.
That game should never have been. I get like maybe 28 to or 31 to 17. Get some garbage type points, but to have them have a chance to beat you, 2 minutes left, when you're up 28-3, and 5 minutes left in the third quarter, that can't happen.
Yeah, and
That
then
just straight can't happen.
yeah, exactly. And then our next game, a toddler beat the Raiders. Man, Las Vegas,
LV fell apart.
they
They crumbled.
really need to figure it out because they have such a young defense. I think that's their big problem is, like, yes, their defense is good, but they're so young.
Like I said, that 2-point conversion to tie the game, they had him running for 24 seconds. He ran 84 yards to get 2 yards on a 2-point conversion.
It's crazy.
They let a toddler beat him. They did.
Yeah, I mean, they got to figure it out.
And what's even
Um,
crazier? It was at halftime when they were getting shit kicked. I forgot the beta was out for PlayStation,
Uh,
and I'm like, I should have bet the Raiders because, Kyler was playing it on Friday.
I'm sure he was.
He's got a PlayStation.
But here's my big thing, like with Derek Carr right now, you have Devonta Adams and Darren Waller. You need to start throwing the ball to Hunter Renfrow.
He had 10 targets.
Still didn't do as great as he should have, as he did last year. I'm just saying, like, he's your scapegoat guy. He's the guy who worms himself free. Like, you need to start dishing it to everybody because that's his big thing. Is that's what he's doing last year. He was just throwing it to everybody, and Hunter Renfrow just opened up and went crazy. And now that you have,
Hold up. I mean, Devontae only had 12 yards.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. They got to figure something out. Their offensive line needs to pull their heads out of their ass. And
Yeah, he had 7 targets and 2 catches.
again,
He had a
like
touchdown.
the Cardinals defense is good. Like,
Yeah.
that's the shitty thing. I don't like Kyler Murray personally. I think he's
I
too
don't either.
He's too cocky. He's like Cam Newton. I hate Cam Newton.
He's a 5'10" Cam Newton.
It's just so crazy.
Maybe
He's an asshole. That's like the big thing. Like when
I
he
just don't think he cares.
like when he scored and then ran it, or after the game and he ran to their Las Vegas's fucking end zone sideline
There was
deal,
Cardinal fans there. There were Cardinal fans there.
and then he got hit by some
He
fan.
did get smacked. He did get smacked. I wish. Never mind.
Yeah, we talk about that off podcast.
Oopsie.
Oopsie. Yeah.
That's a
So
legend.
like Cardinals offense is not good.
It came alive in the second half, though.
But here's the thing, it's gonna get better. It will.
Until Call of Duty comes out.
Well, no, when Hopkins comes back.
Nah, when Call of Duty comes out, they'll go downhill.
Most likely,
Skyler's
but
not going to study. He's going to be playing.
when DeAndre Hopkins comes back, it could look better. But you never
I think it'll
know.
open up the field a little bit more for Hollywood and
Yeah,
Zach Ertz.
yeah.
Because the Ertz looked frustrated in that first half. He looked super frustrated.
I'm gonna say this right now. Russell Wilson is kicking himself so hard because now he is behind a even worse O-line than he was behind last year.
You know, it was funny.
What's funny?
They had 2 delay of games, right? Or they had 1, sorry. They
Yeah,
had 2 against Seattle. They
they
had
sure
1 delay
did.
of game. The next drive, the crowd was counting the clock down for them.
Oh man.
Like, welcome to Denver.
Dude, that Denver team is so shit.
Well, I mean, Jerry Jeudy got hurt. Pat Surtain got hurt.
I
Both with shoulder injuries. That doesn't
Dude,
help.
they were shit week 1.
I understand.
I mean, yes,
But I'm just saying
Russ
it
threw
doesn't
for
help.
340 yards in all that week 1, but they do not look like a team. They look like a bunch of dudes that are just out there right now. It's not good. Their running backs are carrying them. Combined, Russell Wilson has scored 30 something points. 32.
Portland had a good day.
I want to say Russ is like 30 something points now in 2 weeks with that receiving core.
I mean, he went 14 for 31.
Not good.
When was the last time you saw Russell Wilson have a 45 QBR?
I don't know. He just throws it to DK and Tyler Lockett, and rest is history. But
yeah, Cortland had a good day, 7 for 122, no touchdowns, but
that did pad my stats a little bit. I was pretty happy about that one.
yes, I mean that's a good day. But it's the rest of them. Like it's 28, 22, 20, 11.
I mean, they're
all 1 catches.
They're
Cleveland had 2.
Their stud new tight end, the guy with the really long name.
I am going to be honest with you. He had 2 targets. I am not even going to attempt to say that name.
Obanagwu. I think it's Obanagwu.
Don't care. I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to embarrass myself.
That's fine, but
I see it down here though.
They talked high on him.
Where do you go to college? Oh Jesus. What was that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 characters. Way too many vowels.
Yeah.
There's 2 U's. K and W are next to each other. It's like a German word.
Yeah, I think it's Obanagwu.
Nope, not even gonna try it.
That's fine. But they were high on him.
Hard enough time saying Amon Ra.
They were high on him, and the Texans look sorry.
Stingley got hurt. That hurt. They drafted him high.
Yeah, but
that was what, 4 or 3? They picked him 3. The kid from LSU. He got hurt. I don't think he came back.
Isn't he a cornerback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner also got hurt this week.
Oh, poor Sauce Gardner.
B-Dub should have thought about that before signing to a contract.
But yeah.
But anyway,
the Texans
Stingley getting hurt. That's not good.
The Texans are probably most likely getting the number 1 overall pick, and like you said, they will most likely take Bryce Young, and
they should.
They're gonna look a lot better next. They're gonna look a lot better next year. I'll say that now. They're gonna look better than they did with Deshaun Watson. But yeah, they're just bad. Nothing really good to say about them. They got 3 field goals.
They were in that game. That's the sad part.
Yeah,
they were in that game.
Russell Wilson should have absolutely picked apart that defense because that's what he's good at, and apparently his O-line can't seem to keep him upright or without running around like a fucking midget or a little person. Sorry, because he's short. I don't know. It's not a good look for his brand. You wanted out of Seattle so bad, and now you're in a worse situation.
Yeah.
Bengals Cowboys. The Bengals lost to a person's whose last name is Rush. Bengals.
Like I said, shout out to Central Michigan.
That's the Bengals have the worst Super Bowl hangover I have ever seen.
So this is where we're gonna remember. Last week I said, last week, the week 1, it's just week 1. You're allowed to lose a game. You're not gonna. Only one team's gone perfect.
And now you're last in your division.
Now it's starting to get scary.
Now you're last in your division.
You lost to a. No, I'm not. The Cowboys' defense is still good. right?
Yes, it is. But Joe Burrow is better. Like, that's the
That
thing.
O-line has allowed 13 sacks. That's most in the league.
$71 million dollars.
I understand. And he said your new bodyguard's in town. I know. I saw tweets that didn't proceed well.
$71 million you spent on your O-line.
I understand. And
he's getting hit more than he did.
This is where you start to get concerned.
Yeah.
Because they started Cooper Rush, and he won that game.
They need to get rid of Eli Apple. That's one thing. Eli Apple is so terrible.
Shout out Ohio State.
He's so bad. Why do you think the Saints got rid of him? Why do you think New York got rid of him?
Bates got burned a couple times too.
He's not good. Like, gosh. The Bengals should not be 0-2. They shouldn't be. They are a fantastic team on paper.
At worst, 1-1. I think they're a better team than the Cowboys, but
they shouldn't have lost to the fucking Steelers. They should have lost to They shouldn't have lost to a Cowboys team that had a backup. They shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's why I said at worst 1-1 because flukes do happen.
Yeah.
But 2 flukes don't happen. They lost that football game yesterday.
Yeah. Next game, Aaron Rodgers is. I don't care.
We're here back-to-back games.
They're. Yeah.
Like I said,
Aaron Jones is single-handedly carrying that team.
That's fine.
Oh, it's great for me.
They win
27-10.
Exactly. So this just like the Bengals, what I said last week.
But I guarantee
Packers looked fine.
I guarantee Aaron Jones had 21 points.
That's fine.
By himself. So.
That's fine. They won the game.
Yeah.
They looked fine.
They looked fine.
A lot better than they did week 1.
I still don't think. I mean, they win the division now after fucking the Vikings on Monday.
Well, that's true, but that's why I said, yes, does that week 1 loss to Minnesota hurt? Of course, it's a division game. You'd never want to lose to the Vikings.
Yeah,
but it was week 1. They got crushed by the Saints last year, week 1, with Aaron having just as much practice. He doesn't have his security blanket, so there's still growing pains. The starting quarterbacks don't even play half the games in preseason.
Right.
So whatever you get in practice is what you get.
It's not 100% either.
No, that's why I think not playing the preseason is so stupid. I don't even think there's a point to
I think the Bears. I think the Bears have a.
They're bad.
An 8. I think they go just half. 50 win percentage.
Now, I do think Justin Fields deserved that rushing touchdown on 4th and goal.
I like Justin Fields.
I believe that ball was across the pylon. I don't like Justin Fields because he went to Ohio State.
That's fair. Talent-wise, I think he has it. I think he's
a college quarterback.
That's fair. But I think talent-wise, what I see personally, I do see some talent there. He just needs a quarterback coach. He really needs a good quarterback coach. That's all it is. He's a quarterback coach away from being really good, because he's got a good offense around him. He really does. But if he and you need an O-line, you need a protection because, like I said, yes, defenses win you championships, but so does keeping your quarterback up, because your quarterback's the person who makes all the plays that matter. Really, like
I said, I thought he had that touchdown. Said it was short.
You're going to see an Aaron Jones that is probably going to be the rushing leader this year.
Probably.
Because
I believe that.
Aaron Rodgers can't throw the ball to somebody, except if it's Aaron Jones. They don't have good receivers. I mean, he shit-talked his receivers week 1.
Sammy looked bad. Or better.
I don't care. I don't care. He doesn't have his safety blanket anymore.
No.
And now we're seeing an Aaron, because let's be honest, he's had great receivers his entire career.
Right.
He had Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb had 3 catches for 37 yards on Sunday. He was 3 for 3.
But I'm talking prime. He had prime Jordy Nelson, prime Randall Cobb.
Aaron Jones had 3 on 3.
Then he had Jimmy Graham.
Watkins was 3 for 4. Jimmy Graham sucked in Green Bay.
Yeah, but he had Jimmy Graham, Devonta Adams. But after Jordy and all of them, when they were falling off and leaving, he got Devonta Adams. And Devonta Adams is a monster. You throw the ball to him, he's going to catch it. Like, that's just how it is. And now that he doesn't have that and he just has Aaron Jones and, who's the other guy?
A.J. Dillon.
A.J. Dillon.
Shout out Boston College.
Those two are going to run all over the place because that's the only way they're going to win. I don't see Aaron Rodgers slinging the ball for touchdowns. It's going to be giving the ball to Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, and they're gonna make moves to get into the end zone. That's just how it's going to be.
Scared for when they play a team. It's going to be like the Titans and Colts scenario where when they play a team like the Bills who are proven to stop the run, how does that team adapt to it?
Right.
To win that game.
Right.
Because, yeah, A.J. Dillon can carry it. It's not that I don't have faith in Rodgers to make a comeback. It's not like last year with the Colts where I had no faith in Carson to win that game. But it's on the receivers.
Yeah. I don't think he doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to.
Sammy Watkins just isn't there. He lost. Not only did he lose Devontae, he lost Valdez-Scantling too.
Yeah, and he's got Lazard, I'm pretty sure, still.
Yeah, he only had 2 catches yesterday.
Not good. Not good. It's just not. It's really not. So, yeah. Next game, Josh Allen is elite.
Yeah, that game was boring.
40.
I stopped watching.
Their defense was so energetic last night. That that Bills Stadium was loud. Von Miller thrived.
I don't know what the Titans need, but they need something because Derrick Henry has no room to run. A.J. Brown not being there hurts so bad. Robert Woods is not A.J. Brown.
They have him and Treylon Burks.
There you go.
I mean, Treylon.
Arkansas.
Treylon is supposed to be good.
I have like 4 of his autographs.
He's supposed to be really good, and it was a good pick, but he's not A.J. Brown.
No, he's not.
He's not.
Ryan Tannehill still sucks.
Ryan Tannehill is average at best.
He is like Kirk Cousins, and he is better than the backup, but he's not better than half the league.
He's average. He's a good journeyman quarterback. He's like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No, Ryan played for 15 different teams.
But Buffalo.
And that was just a blowout.
Somebody's got to stop this Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs link up, or else I'm terrified.
You should be terrified.
Stephon Diggs went from being okay to being right now number 1.
I still think that was the most fair trade Buffalo could ever have made.
Yeah.
To get him in there.
Maybe not last night, but
well, when you have an average quarterback, it's tough scene. But Justin Jefferson is an incredible wide receiver.
Stephon Diggs ran all over that defense last night.
I'm gonna make a crazy little take here. I think so. You know how dominant the Chiefs were
with Tyreek,
right? When they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Then they went to back-to-back Super Bowls, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then the AFC Championship last year.
Yeah.
I think this Bills team, if they keep the core together, will be more dominant than that Chiefs team. That was scary good.
Super Bowl winners this year.
I can get behind that. I don't know how you stop them. I really don't.
And I was saying this before the season started.
And you know what? Josh is one of those guys I am eating my words. Because he went to a tiny school in Wyoming.
Here's the thing.
Still D1, but...
Here's the thing about him, right? He's bigger than Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. And I'm not counting Patrick out.
No, Patrick, I'm just saying.
Patrick is a generational talent.
Mm-hmm.
but there's just someone better. There's someone who's better.
I think Josh is what Cam Newton should have been.
Josh Allen
With size-wise.
is bigger, faster, more athletic, has a better arm than Mahomes.
He's got more finesse, I think. He doesn't have to be flashy. He's not flashy.
Dude, I saw him jump over a defender for a first down.
If that's what you consider flashy, I mean, then there's that. But I mean, like, he doesn't have, like, the sidearm throws on the run.
No.
But he's got the finesse.
Yes, I agree.
He's got the finesse.
And he has 3 phenomenal targets to throw to in Gabriel Davis, Stephon Diggs, and Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. He's got a deep running back room with Zach Moss,
if he can hold on to the ball.
Devin Singletary, and James Cook. So
he also has to hold on to the ball because he fumbled first snap.
Yeah, but their defense, electric. Think about when this defense gets Tre'Davious White back.
Yeah.
They were zooming last night.
They were fired up to be a Monday Night Football at Orchard Park, let me tell you. They were fired up.
The fans beat the players there.
They're animals, so.
That, like, you couldn't hear the broadcaster. And I really like Louis Riddick. I really like Louis Riddick in the box.
He's better than Joe Buck, who was on the other telecast.
Oh, yeah, I switched, and they were both... Joe Buck, I will continue to say this. Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are not entertaining football.
No, but Joe Buck still has one of my favorite calls of all time. So.
Yeah, that's fine. But they were talking about Troy Aikman hitting somebody... hitting a caddy with a golf ball.
I did hear that one.
And I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Where the football game's on.
Yeah. I was actually... I remember that.
I was so dumbfounded, but I was so busy rooting for the Eagles that, you know, I was just trying to block them out, and I was playing 2K. So...
Yeah, Jalen, dead toe.
But...
The Vikings are rough. Kirk Cousins, I've seen so many memes.
But, dude, the Bills were just so, profoundly sound. They were so perfectly tuned. And here's the thing, too. Like, I didn't think their defense was that good.
Oh, it is.
Into the year.
But look who they have.
They
Von Miller.
They have probably the second best defensive player in the league still.
Von Miller.
Yeah.
He's such a leader.
He walked...
Such a leader.
They were Louis Riddick was telling a story. This is why I like Louis Riddick. He's really personal the way he talks. And
look at his prior jobs.
Right. Yeah, I love Louis Riddick. He's a great analyst, great voice for football.
A lot of knowledge.
He does. And here's the big thing, right? He was talking about Von Miller deciding to come to the Bills. He was talking about like da. He thought they had so much talent and he could really, really fine tune it. But if he even said, if they would have lost the Super Bowl last year, he probably would have stayed in LA, and that's huge because if, like you said earlier, if Von Miller is on LA, that team's different.
Yeah,
different because Von Miller, like when you see him in an interview, he has so much love for this sport. And he really enjoys being out there because he's so, like, what was it? Dwight Sweeney, right? Even Dwight Sweeney, Freeney. Yep, sorry. Long into his career, you know, when you think he was getting at the tail end, right? He was still fast, still had that gross finesse move, and still got sacks. And Von Miller is so quick for being his age, and so many injuries that have you know kept him. And he's so fast and so precise still, and it's gross. Louis Riddick hit the nail on the head. He synchronized this defense.
Like I said, he's got so much leadership.
He's
Super Bowl champion.
He's so established.
Mm-hmm.
And when Von Miller walks in a room, I don't care who the fuck you are on defense. You fucking that's Von Miller.
You listen.
That's defensive player of the year. Like,
yeah. You shut up and listen.
He is what made Aaron Donald so much better last year.
Well, yeah, because you had to pick your poison. Do you double Von or do you double Aaron?
Right.
And whoever you don't, they're gonna get you.
Exactly.
There's only 5 max 6 guys blocking.
Right.
You can't double them both.
Right.
Because that's 4 guys on 2.
But offense,
and then there's still 3 on 2. You're gonna lose. You can't double both.
Offense, defense, they are the number 1 team.
Yeah, they played perfect. Derrick Henry had, I think, like maybe 20 yards.
2 weeks in a row.
That's what's scary.
2 weeks in a row against
one was against the Giants.
No.
For the Titans?
No, I'm talking about the Bills.
Oh, well, they're both scary. 2 different reasons.
The Bills, week 1.
Yeah, they crushed them.
Just because they played LA, right?
Yeah.
Defending Super Bowl champs.
Mm-hmm.
They came in and
smoked them.
Yeah.
A packed crowd.
Yeah. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
They've stopped powerhouses.
2 playoff teams, by the way.
Powerhouses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they smoked them. They played perfect last night. Malik Willis got some time.
He got welcome to the NFL.
Oh God, who's the running back? It's the kid from Ohio State, I think. Got some time in last night at running back.
Yeah.
He, I think, had more yards than Derrick Henry did.
Yeah. It was not good.
That's why I said it's scary for both teams for 2 different reasons. Because the Bills are scary because they played perfect. Very rarely do you see a team play flawless in the NFL.
Dude, I said that yesterday morning when I was talking to my boss. I was like, the Bills have to stop Derrick Henry and they're going to just completely dominate the game.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Again,
that's what they did.
You get put down 17-0 early. I don't think that's actually what it was, but you get down early. You can't rely on Derrick just to run the ball.
Exactly.
You got to rely on Ryan to throw the ball.
Right.
You can't do that without any receivers.
Right.
And Tennessee scored in the first quarter. It was 7-7 after the first.
Yeah, and then...
But it was just ugly after that.
And then the Bills just ran away. They were intercepting the ball. Milano was all over the field. Edmonds
did have more.
Edmonds... he's elite.
Yeah.
Edmonds was everywhere last night on that defense, and it was insane. And then the next game, freaking the Vikings got absolutely stomped.
No, I just want to know. I have to know for my own personal sake. So Darius Slay picks him off once, right?
Mm-hmm.
He bats 4 in a row. 3, I think he should have had.
Yeah. Every time the ball was in the air, it didn't matter where it was.
No.
Darius Slay was there. Darius Slay.
I just don't get it.
He really put what they call their defense, the fly Eagles fly, or the fly zone or whatever. He put that into perspective. He was everywhere.
It was stupid. Why keep throwing at him?
I mean, he threw a pick to somebody else too, so he wasn't safe anywhere.
I think Darius had both of them.
No, they had 3. He threw 3 last night.
Maddox had the other one.
Yeah, Maddox was fantastic too.
Yeah, it's like I just don't get it. Why keep throwing at Darius? I just don't get it.
I mean, their defense was so spot on last night.
Yeah, it was.
Because
they played good defense.
I mean, Dalvin Cook couldn't get anything going. it didn't help that Jalen Ragnar was getting booed the entire time he's on the
Well,
field.
he's also dropping the ball too, and they were cheering after that. I was laughing for that
Yeah, and not to mention he's out there for a punt. Everyone's screaming at him,
one.
and then he drops he gets 5 yards. That was hilarious.
That game was I figured 24-7 with the shit I saw on Sunday. Like that lead wasn't safe.
Right, but no, that Eagles team is scary good.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders looked amazing,
Jalen was making good decisions. He was 26 for 31.
and he ran the ball. He ran the
You
ball
know
when
what
he
was
needed
key?
it.
There was one good thing Joe Buck actually, or the broadcast team said. Because I don't remember who exactly said it.
Mm,
Jalen Hurts scrambled for about, I don't know, 6 yards
mm.
and went down. He didn't try to hit the defender. He just he learned to slide.
Yeah,
That's huge.
it's Jalen Hurts season.
Yeah, shout out to MMG for that one. That's where I stole that one from.
Like, dude, I just started saying it.
I
Like-
said it because I started saying it because
I've never heard. I
MMG
never
said
heard about it before. I just said it's Jalen Hurts season.
Yeah.
Like he was good last year when he took over. He was good.
Yeah.
And they finally got all the shit receivers out. Really got them
and they
out.
brought new ones in.
Yeah. And AJ Brown.
Was a great trade.
Oh, he's so fantastic too. Like, I mean, his week 1, phenomenal. Week 2, he didn't have as much. Devonta Smith finally got in on the action, but
Yeah, because I benched him for the week.
Goddard did fine. And then, like I said, Miles. Yeah, hey, Team Dignitas, Boston Scott
Yeah.
got himself a nice little yardage last night. I was like, yeah, Rocket League.
He's a Rocket League pro
But-
playing football. Look at that.
But man,
Esports.
their receiving core, like they're so good. They
Yeah, I
are
think they're-
so
with Dak
good.
being out, with Dak being out 2 months, and Carson Wentz looking like hot dog water, and the Giants, they'll fall off eventually.
Yeah,
When the schedule starts getting actually harder.
I agree.
I think the Eagles run away with the division. I don't even think it'll be close.
I think there's.
You know it's bad when Skip Bayless says the Eagles scare me.
I I'm predicting 49ers now, 100%. But
We
Eagles,
need an Eagles-Bills
Eagles
Super Bowl.
could slide in. That's all I'm
Oh, yeah, they
saying.
could.
That's all I'm saying. I think
If
they're
they
that
play-
good. Fletcher
if they
Cox
play-
looked amazing last night too.
If
It
they
is
play
crazy.
that NFC Championship game at Lincoln Financial, there's no way the Niners beat them. There's just
But,
no
but here's
way.
the thing: the Niners are going to be the 1 seed.
No, the Packers will be.
I don't think so. I think the Niners will be. And
see.
I think that Green Bay is the 3 seed,
I'd be floored.
and I think
Like Matt
I think
LaFleur.
that I think the Eagles will be the 2. I really do.
They have a chance. I
Their
think
their defense is also super scary. Darius Slay, really,
God,
really
look where
good.
he came from.
Yeah, the Detroit Dannies.
Yeah. That
Um,
was before he got there, though.
but now
When
Darius
the
Slay,
Eagles play
great.
twice.
But yeah, like you said at the beginning, man, this week was a roller coaster.
So the one thing the Cowboys have going for them, right,
Uh,
is they only play Philly once while Dak is gone. They play in
don't,
week 6, but they play in week 16.
yeah,
So that's a positive. They have 3 division games when he's basically going to be back.
mm-hmm.
So, this is the Eagles schedule, LOL. But they got lucky there. If both those games were while Dak was gone, you're never going to win the tiebreaker.
No,
You'll never win the tiebreaker.
no.
So, I think they have a solid chance at
Yeah,
easily
again.
winning that division.
Again, Like, this week was crazy. Like, one of the best weeks of football I've ever seen.
Yeah, if it's like this for the whole year, like I'm scared. Did Altuve hit another home run?
So anyway, guys, on that note, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and leave a like on the video. It supports us tremendously. Also, leave a comment. What was your reaction to the comebacks and the blowout on Monday night with the Bills? Let's see your thoughts on that. If you're listening over on Spotify, go ahead and hit us up at the show, Twitter, or just hit us to our personals, and let's talk some shop. It's always fun to talk sports, especially if we can talk sports with the viewers. That'd be great. But anyway, guys, I'm Kane, and this is Day, and we will talk to you guys next time.